Hello everybody, good evening. Before we get started, as always, I want to give a shout out to the lovely music we've been listening to here during Pristine. This is The Heist, provided by Slipstream. And this track is called Do You Have Stupid, also provided by Slipstream, and I love it. I love it so much. These are broken again. Not sure why these ones break so much. There they are. They're fixed now. But yes, hello. It is I, Deuscain, your variety tape streamer for this spooky night on Spooky Week. And yeah, we're taking a break from the usual games, but I'm going to use the Persona backgrounds because I like them. And we're going to be playing a new game called Slay the Princess. It's a game that came out last year, but they just introduced a new director's cut called literally the Pristine Cut that expanded a lot more of like the storyline and paths. This is a visual novel. It is a horror visual novel, and yeah, when I was turning it on to get everything set up, it gave me a big old warning message of like, hey, this thing will fuck you up. Be careful. And it's rated M for mature for a reason. So let's respect that. But as always, do a little bit of chatting here before we get started. How are you doing? Are you having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever it is in your part of the world? Hope you are. I have been burning the midnight oil too much, as is my wont. I am the Eep of late. I am the Eep that is unbroken. Or whatever the line is from that song. Oh, the storm that is approaching. I am the Eep that is approaching. Yes. But yeah, so try my best to be higher energy tonight. I have broken my vow of reduced caffeine consumption for the purposes of being entertaining tonight. I will be off. This week we are going to have it a regular schedule. It's only going to be 2 streams from me on this channel. No stream on Wednesday at all. Thursday night, we're going to be on Vexing Cat's channel, doing some Halloween spooky story reading. I believe this is her. Yes, that's Vexing Cat. So Vex is doing a special event on Thursday for reading spooky stories, and I was invited to join. I'm going to be reading a couple of like vampire-themed things, as well as one of my own stories that I wrote ages and ages ago, back when I was writing more regularly. So, yeah, join us. It'll be pretty fun. The stream's going to start at 6 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, but it's going to be going for a couple of hours. I'm reading around 7:30 is when I'm supposed to start, but it depends on if people run long, if people are a little short. You know, it depends on what all happens and goes on with things. I do remember seeing somebody signing up for like 10:30 at night though. So we're going to be going for like 4 or 5 hours total. But it should be a good time. And then Friday, and more entertainingly enough, Thursday night, the demo is dropping for Monster Hunter Wilds. So I am going to risk terrible calamity and attempt to stream the demo on Friday for our streaming night. There isn't a lot to it. We're probably going to be repeating a lot of content, but it does have the character creator in it, so we can fiddle with that and even make my character for the final game. Then they have a story preview, which is going to take you through like one of the opening cutscenes. It is going to give you an early hunt against the Toad monster, and then you have a normal full-size hunt against Deuscain, I think is what it is. It's like one of the fanged beasts. So. Oh, I sat down and the EP's back. But yeah, so there's really just the one full-fledged hunt. You kind of get the second hunt because they squeeze it in there in a sort of weird way. But it is first demo. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see how well it plays. There have been some rumors about this game and how demanding it is on people's computers. So on the off chance that it fucks up and it does not play well, we will tie our hands and we're gonna go off and play Persona, because I'm not just gonna call Friday night for Wilds being shitty. So yeah, that's the change in schedules this week. Slay the Princess tonight, nothing on Wednesday. Gonna be over at Vex's channel on Thursday. Monster Hunter Wilds demo here on Friday, and then we're gonna be back to our regular schedule next week. So we have probably, I might do like 2 Bloomtowns and 1 Persona, just to get through Bloomtown a little bit faster. I think we're getting close to the end of that. So kind of up in the air. I haven't really made my decision yet, but we're doing something like that. So yeah, that's the overall plan for this week. So it's kind of fun if I want to, push myself a little bit harder with a whole lot of caffeine tonight, because I have the next 2 nights to sort of sleep it off and get some rest and be fully rested and practice for my stories on Thursday night. I probably won't stay for the entire reading event with Vex's stream, just because I have work the next morning, but there is somebody reading late that I would like to hear, so we'll see. I might do mine and then take a nap or something. We'll see. Ugh. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at this week. My weekend was okay. I actually did some good updates to my Discord, which, if you're not in there, you really should check it out. We just added a bunch more cool stuff. I finally updated my fucking links channel. So all of the things that are typically on my link tree are now also in Discord. So you can get out to all of my active social media sites, all of my video sites and places like that. And then I also have the super secret past life special stuff there for the writing that I did, and people who wish to engage with that but also pretend like they don't see the name that it is attributed to. Shh. We don't talk about that name, even though I go by it often. So yeah, that stuff is there. I also added a new channel for reference art for all of the models I use, because that was fun. I think they're all in there. Did I miss the one? I know there was one I got to the end. I'm like, I should make one of... No, I've got it in there. So yeah, it has all of my generations of models, all of them in there. Where I could, I linked out to the Twitter post where somebody announced hey, I did this thing. Hello, Selena. How are you? I'm doing well today. Let me give you a shout out here. I was playing Lethal Company. Ooh. Now, if memory serves... Ah, you are the charming Vileblood VTuber that I saw on Twitter and I met. And I pointed you at my friend. And I'm like... Them, they love the Bloodborne. Go friend, you will have things to talk about. And then later that week, I'm like, oh yeah, I pointed a VTuber in your direction. Did you meet them? Did they follow you? And she's like, oh, I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'm like, really? The Vileblood VTuber? And she goes, oh yeah, them. Yeah, they followed me. Oh yeah, they're really cool. I'm like, okay, great. Oh, I love Iris to pieces, but oh damn it, the Pokemon game's still going. I thought I turned that off. Must not have caught it in time. That's fine. But yeah, Iris is charming too. You should follow Iris. She's gonna be streaming in a little bit here, I think. Ultimate Zombie Defense 2. Selena, you gotta do Poke Start. What are you starting off with? Ah, Chikorita. Not bad. It's always nice when people get their favorite starter from that too. I think I got Score Bunny, and then I've never done anything with it. I have so many points and so many resources, because like I get to collect them when I'm streaming, because it just accumulates points. But I honestly have not invested heavily into like figuring out how that game works. I've just been collecting. So we shall see. I have a team. I should probably like level them. Love Chicory as a kid. I'll take her. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, as I was saying, Discord got an update, so now all of my models and model designs are in there, so you can see them. Where I could, I referenced out to Twitter. There's a couple people, though, I will say I don't credit them. And that's usually because there's some kind of poor relationship there. Like, there's a reason why I've moved on from certain models and certain... Hey, you caught the Woobat. Nice. There's a reason why I moved on from certain models and certain designers, and it's usually either poor quality or a relationship that really fell out. So, in the cases where I don't mention them, they shall be referred to as those who shall not be named, because they shall not be named. So, yeah. So that's all in there. And then I also added a second new channel, but I did a third thing, which was add a fan art channel into Discord. So I have like all of my profile pics that I've been using, a whole bunch of the art that I've commissioned, and stuff that I've gotten, including a recent one from an Omni Uman that actually just came in yesterday. I actually should check their Twitter, because I saw they had retweeted somebody else's stuff, but I think mine just went in. I think mine just got finished the other day, so I don't think they haven't retweeted yet. So, and I have no idea if they will or not. It'd be nice if they did, but it's fine if they don't too. But yeah, they do like they have like festival doodles or festive doodles. So I got a Halloween one of actually this outfit, and it's cute as fuck. I love it. Adorable little bastard. So he's in there. He's looking great. And yeah. I also, you know what? I'll spoil the surprise a little bit early. I got back my Skeb commission for a new streaming schedule, and it's pretty heckin' good. I haven't shared it with anyone yet. Actually, no. Technically, I was chatting with another streamer, and she got to see it. But I haven't publicly said anything about it yet. But yeah, we're getting a new schedule, and it is fucking fire. Yeah, Selena gets it. Selena gets it. So that was one of my pending commissions. The other one I have right now, which I think is end of the month, I think is when it's due, is for my logo. I think the logo is end of month. Requests. I'm curious. Yeah, November 22nd is when the logo's due. So I am still currently listed in their queue. It is not done, but we shall see. Ooh, this person just opened comms. Art style is really cute. Hi Perry, I'm doing alright. Just chatting a little bit before stream. So excited for me, Selena. Thank you so much. Yeah, Perry, we're just chatting about some changes I made to the Discord. Not sure if you've been in there over the weekend. I updated my links section to add a whole bunch of stuff there. I added all of my models and references in a new channel that I created, and I also added all my commissions. You have seen some changes. Yeah, it's good shit. So, and I think I've unlocked the the channel for people being able to type in the commissioned art one. The reference one is just going to be for people seeing, so nobody can say anything on that one, unfortunately. But yeah, let's move that one around a little bit. Yeah, never happy with how I have my Discord organized. But yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff that is in there now, and should be good. Should be some good stuff. So that was kind of my big project of the weekend. I was up real late that night. I've been up late the last several nights, hence the reason why I had a brutal headache like middle of the day today. So we'll see how I feel by the end of stream. But yeah. Come on, brain, we got this. We might not have this, but we got this. Yeah, we got some cool stuff that's going up. Oh no, am I feeling better? Mostly better. Like, that's kind of why I've been having so much caffeine today. Because just when I get really sleep deprived, it'll manifest in like a lot of sinus pressure, which just turns into like a headache and a migraine. And yeah, I've definitely been burning the midnight oil for far too hard for far too long. And yeah, it kind of was kicking my ass in the middle of the day. Let me put it this way. We have mandatory training at work. One of them is due this week, and I've been kind of putting it off, and I focused on getting it done today. It's only supposed to take an hour. I started it at 11. I worked on it on and off through lunch, which was from 12 to 1, and I finished it at 4:30. It's only supposed to take an hour. It took me like 5.5 hours to finish this. Granted, I was like doing other work and I was like pausing it in the meantime, but like that's my level of focus and concentration today. So you're gonna get extra ADHD days today. Very same, yeah. Get sleep headaches so easy, yeah. Rest up soon. I'm gonna try. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be hanging around too late after stream tonight. I might like find somebody cozy to like lurk in their chat just for a little while until I go to bed. But yeah, this is gonna definitely be a raid and run kind of night. But yeah, how are you doing, Perry? I know you were feeling sick recently. Are you completely recovered? Mostly recovered? How you doing? Oh, also a thing I did today. I found well, not today, but I found recently somebody had linked the soundtrack to Bloomtown, A Different Story, which is the game. Not complete, but getting better. That's fantastic news, Perry. I'm really happy for you. You were hurting. But Bloomtown, A Different Story. Somebody put the entire lyrics soundtrack on YouTube. I've been listening to it the last few days, and I'm like, you know what? This is on Steam. I ought to go get this. And it's like, it's $5 on Steam. Like, if you check out the Discord, which again, I'm gonna push my Discord here. If you check out my Discord, I link to the playlist I was listening to on YouTube, as well as the Steam page where you can get it, and it's $5. It's so good. It's so good, and it's so hype, and that this soundtrack was keeping me going today. It was glorious. I'm gonna listen the heck out of this. I was honestly like, I was looking for Throne gifts a little bit earlier, and I did check for a vinyl for Bloomtown. There isn't one yet, but I kind of hope there is, because the music's that good. Because yeah, it's... Speaking of soundtrack, how do you put the name of the song on stream? Oh, that's just text. So, specifically what I'm doing is I use that Slipstream service. I can like pull songs and like throw them into playlist, which I did, and then like I downloaded them and I load them into OBS as like a media file. So they're a media file, and then this is text. Like it's literally just text. If we were to do it automatically. Well, one thing I did find is if you put the media credits into a text file, you can upload the text file into OBS. Like when you make a text object, you say, instead of pulling it like as text on the page, you pull the text from a file, and it will load everything in that way. And that's a slightly faster way to do it. Because like, that's what I do with my other streams for Declan DP. Like all of his stuff I have, I'm licensed for him, so I don't need to do it. But I like doing it. So I basically take his attribution and I put it on my like starting soon, be right back, and ending screens. And that's kind of why I do it here as well. Like, might as well give some credit for it. But no, for Declan stuff, yeah, I have a text file, and that's what I reference for OBS. But there isn't a way of completely automating it. If you have something you want to use and you need attribution for it, just put it in a text file with the song, and then just pull the song into OBS as media, and then pull the text file in as text, and cite the source for the text file as from a file, the file that was in this folder, and it just loads it all in. But I think it has to be text. It can't be like a Word document or something. And it has to be like the only thing in there. But I can show you sometime if you need some help. But it is fairly simple. I think you'll be able to figure it out. Also, I'm chatting so much I didn't notice it's 6:30 already. We need to jump into the game before we miss our fun time with it. So, as a reminder, this is not only spooky game, this is mature game, and you're gonna see the disclaimer message when we pop in of how not safe for family and friendly Slay the Princess is. It is really not messing around. So, if you have things that bother you, this game's gonna come out swinging. I want to make people aware of that. So, let's boot it up. It's a bit hardcore? Yeah, that's from what I heard. It's actually a little crazy, like, watching the social media presence of this game, because I've been following the account for a while, and, like, I just see snippets, and it's like, it's the princess, but her hands are knives, and she's coming for you, and I'm like, what is this game? What is going on? I have no idea. So the audio should be here. I'm not seeing it react. There it is. So, content warning. This is a horror game, and it is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website at www.blacktabbygames.com if you need a list of specific content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as parallax effect that are on rare occasions have caused motion sickness in players. If either of these effects cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. Why is the audio not working, though? Because it does have audio. There it is. Now it's working. Can y'all hear the game all right? Like a droning sound in the background. Yeah, the hum. Yep. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. She looks happy. So preferences, window mode, skip mode, visible. Sounds okay, that's good. Blinking CTC, boil effect, parallax effect, flickering images, auto advanced text is off. Audio sounds okay. It's not drowning me out, but it does seem a little loud. I don't want to really shut it down too much, but I'm going to lower it in OBS a bit more. So, okay. But yeah, whatever the hell's waiting for me, let's find out, 'cause okay. New game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path.
Ooh, narrator.
Woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, that's a bit much. Oh, explore. Oh, we got lots of options here. The end of the world. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Okay. But how... Yeah, if she's locked away in the basement, how's she going to end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Yeah, evidence to back this up,
Look,
yeah.
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I didn't even really start my journey. Have you considered maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Oh, I like his British accent. You can hear it more in that one.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Okay.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Why is it my job? Hey, Ninja, thank you so much for the follow. Or not the follow, the subscribe. Yeah. Coffins in the chat for this game. Okay, so job just a slayer. Imagine following. Yeah, I'm sorry. I misspoke. The words are hard today. The hards are word today. Yeah, killing her seems kind of bad.
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Damn, this narrator's an asshole. Yeah, can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules.
I think you do.
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Do I get a reward for this sort of thing?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Well, what is it? What's my prize?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you.
Oh, you're gonna slay me
What do
next.
you think it might be? I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I don't believe you. You're sus as fuck. Alright. Alright, I'll go check. I'll go to the cabin and check it out.
A word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Who put her in the cabin in the first place?
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Oh, look at that visual
You'll
effect.
find
It's
the
nice.
princess within.
Like it looks like it's just like 2 or 3 images moving back and forth, but it looks so good.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Voice of the hero. Do I have like a chat log? Yeah, the narrator says she's inside, but the hero says, why are we doing this?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, there's several voices in my head. I couldn't tell you who. Yeah, mum's the word. This is a blind playthrough.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I mean, she's just a princess. We could, like, choke her or something. Like, there are non-bladed solutions to killing people. But I'm not going to explore that into... Oh, wow. My actual cursor has changed. Alright, let's go to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh, I like her voice.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason.
I'll walk down the stairs, yeah?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Or something. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Okay, I like this contrast to the voices in my head.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Hmm.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I didn't steal my resolve, I'm just holding onto the knife.
Probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
She's not wrong.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
What can you do?
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm sorry, can we just
So
talk?
Close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
I'm not dropping the knife, honey.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Okay, I like the first one. Fine then, I guess we're at an impasse. But I'm more of a squinter.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
So my only choice is to drop the blade or slay the princess. Between two choices.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
I want to hear your story, lady.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Okay.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
There's people out there who think you're gonna end the world. You know what? Fuck it. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
I'm getting like a very Disco Elysium vibe here. People out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
Those eyes say yes.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, they've actually kind of avoided that. So what are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful.
Oh, do they use like Ren'Py for this?
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She's not wrong.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's not wrong.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
A subjugating monarch. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
That's not an answer. So how would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Alright, I think we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Oh, I don't know what to pick. I'm not convinced Slay is the right answer. I'm not convinced letting her out is the right answer. She's honestly been incredibly forthright. But that is also a very good manipulation tactic. Put her on a case and send it to a museum, maybe. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go big or go home.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
How are they bolted to the wall?
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Light of day? There's a frickin' window there. Yeah, okay.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm.
Okay.
Just above the massive, unyielding chain. You
That's
cut into her flesh.
pretty brutal.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
She's not human. No, she's bleeding, Perry. There's a little bit of blood here.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
It might be showing up black on your end. It is red to me.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
There's one option to warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive. the blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm trying to help.
I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Oh, here's how I die.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Narrator, you're a dick. Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path...
Went big but
is a
no
cabin.
home. Yep.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
The music's
If
different.
you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word.
Voice of the skeptic.
There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago. We
Yeah.
can go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Let's go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
Oh, I like the
Just ignore
skeptic.
this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon.
It is different
A few
this time.
pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Okay.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't mention the mirror.
He definitely did not. Does the mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Oh, we're going over the
There's
mirror.
definitely a mirror. There isn't. I think you know what we have to do.
Yeah. Let's go to the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Thank you, California. How are you doing? Been a while since I got to check out one of your streams. Last playing Balia, nice. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. A little tired today, but still streaming, still working hard. Got a nice little setup for Persona 5 here that I'm co-opting for Halloween week. Yeah. So rub my hand against the cabin wall.
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Busy with baby. Nice. I figured. Being a parent's a big time expense. But yeah, baby's got to be getting real big now. It's been. Are they a year old? 6 months old? How big are they? Out of curiosity, I don't remember when you had baby. They've got to be like 6 months to a year, at least. I'm not gonna take the blade. They're around a year. Yeah. Let's go to the
I'm
basement.
afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon. Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner.
How am I liking this game? It's interesting. I knew very little going in. Everything I heard made it sound very like Doki Doki Literature Club of like what you do and the choices you make are going to matter playthrough to playthrough. And this is... The description I heard was it's not very deep, but it is very wide, is what I heard. So it's interesting so far. I like the voices in my head.
Yes, I'm sure.
So the skeptic and the narrator want us to grab the weapon.
Turns it against you. She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Yeah, don't I gotta say here?
Well, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Oh, and we got an ad break here, so we're gonna pause on this screen. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, everybody, we are back. Let's jump back in here. Alright, so the narrator and the skeptic want us to grab the knife. The hero's kind of listening, and I'm like, hey, I want to argue about this.
Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the blade from the table before proceeding to the basement.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it.
No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Thank you for the well wishes back, Ninja. So the cabin's different. There was a mirror.
The basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few
Stone instead of wood.
torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path.
I wonder if her voice
dancing
is
across
different.
Glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Oh, it's chained
She
differently.
looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Except it's maybe not.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
And she wants to talk this time.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
And the shackles are different too.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Her crown is different too, I think.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Okay. I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So she remembers the runs.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what?
For us dying.
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly
Very valid, Skeptic.
Actually,
Skeptic is...
our actions considerably.
Skeptic is absolutely my guy.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Okay.
I won't.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
So she can't hear them. What happened after I died?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Very true.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
So what's the other chain on the wall there for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
You're asking about my intentions. What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here?
Valid.
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Yeah. Head.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
True.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Mm-hmm. Let's go with blind trust.
Slide it over.
No,
absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
Yeah, narrator, let me work this.
Sorry, tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly.
If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell,
Thank you
we
for the well
forced
wishes,
your help
Robbie.
to do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Yup.
Oh. Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last,
Oh,
she
this
reaches
is
bone,
very,
her
visceral,
groan
isn't it?
audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
Kinda wish you'd let me do it, lady. You shouldn't have to do this yourself.
She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
She's not gonna die, that's why.
So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free.
She
It
didn't
bounces a few
care about her
times before
arms at
rolling to
all.
a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Sure we did, narrator.
So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
No.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread. I need to know why.
Exactly, Skeptic. I like you. You're my
Wasting your
favorite.
energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward. Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Is the mirror back?
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead.
I saw her eye twitch too, I thought.
But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the
My
cabin
only
door,
choice.
ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Free a prisoner, talking heads.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen.
It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Okay. You don't get a chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Don't know where she went. I don't know. Narrator's gone. Let's approach the mirror.
Don't do this.
Yeah, the mirror didn't scare you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Approach the mirror. The body, it's you. You're alone in a place that's empty, it's quiet here. I'm at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Attack the entity, destroy your body. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Were you always her, or are you just making her part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
So what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Oceans reduced to shallow creeks. That's interesting. So is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
True enough. Did you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
So what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, But this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How many more pieces do I need to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
You know, I'm gonna go on blind trust here. That's what she talked about the first time we met her. Let's go all in on that.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. A clever heart, bring the prisoner's head to her.
You're on a path
Chapter 1.
in the woods. And at the end of that
The
path,
real Slay the Princess starts here. You'll know it when you see
and
it.
in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting Tab or R1. I'm not doing it.
Serious? Seriously? You're just
Yeah.
going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Yeah,
Silence
I'm just gonna go
is
down the path.
deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like there's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Okay.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait,
Okay.
what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Okay. Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to slay.
So I found an answer that doesn't kill her.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he.
The
knows what
contrarian.
he's thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, the world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on...
Let's lie.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. A warning. She will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Ignore him. He's just... Let's keep an open... The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw... No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. You can't just say that. And whenever... Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as fact. And if you're going to slay her, you can... Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen?
Yeah, what'll happen if we lose ourselves?
Nothing, because you're going to pull... Just ignore the stressful geometry. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly... I'm not going to stop doing my job. So you're... Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete...
You're going to the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to... What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach for... But there was a... And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again. Then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
So, basement time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't
Almost
even have
certainly.
a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Center stairs.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get...
Sorry, I didn't realize it was
And
here.
yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she...
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it.
So are we bringing her like pieces of ourselves?
You saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
This is all one choice at the bottom. I don't like that. What's your name?
Princess. You can call me Princess if you'd like. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever,
Fair.
aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Only one of the three is talking.
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to her. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even figure out
Valid.
what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here.
In fact, I don't.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it. If that... Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Well, that ain't good.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Okay.
falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
This is... I should be talking more, but this game, it genuinely has me speechless. I'll do my best. Illusion of choice. With everything is possible, nothing is. Never know if she hears your choice. She's gone. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? This doesn't... Yeah, don't look at it.
Mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this? Yeah.
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Now, when it's all done, what are you going to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. What I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
I go back. If it's an invisible wall closed around me, why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay. You're very kind to me.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
This is so well written. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
You don't have any preference on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt her, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
She sounds very sad. How many more vessels?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Okay, let's go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
The hero and the princess. Bring the stranger to
You're
her.
on a path. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up. The interior.
The last time I walked away completely. Let's go to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated. Her voice
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear.
Don't let it fool you. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot right.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're...
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding them. They're large and heavy. Far too...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No, I don't.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of...
If there's any key, what
Maybe
ideas do you
there's
have?
some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete... If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about... You attempted to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas. I'll repeat myself once again. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been easier for who? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess.
I heard the door slam. They locked.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens. Fine. Against your better judge, you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy. She didn't so much as utter a no. She didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after everything?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are as the princess approaches the... Wait, this isn't watch me.
What are you...
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, but the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the... Stop it! Stop trying... The blade! Move, as your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid...
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and
Okay,
skin.
she slit my throat the first time, but this time she stabs me.
But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? Stab.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
But this time she learns compassion. Maybe. The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to sleep. My tricks? What on... If he doesn't remember what happened...
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
The
If we're
voice
going
of the
to save our
smitten.
beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about it. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
The four of us.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds
Okay.
like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
So it's me, the princess, the hero, and the smitten. Okay.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's go to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. She will...
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your...
I think we've already been over this.
I do. But I also...
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong. Don't pay their bickering any mind.
Into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate... The blade is your You You walk up to the wall. What are you talking? You reach forward and rub your hand. But there was a mirror, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
Okay, we're gonna get an ad break in a sec here. I'm gonna tell the BRB, and I am invested in this. See you in a few minutes, folks. Okay, we are back. All right, let's see. Give me a screen. So we're going down the stairwell. We left the knife at the top.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice can...
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice.
It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear
Thanks,
wedding
Ninja.
bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still... Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy
Her dress
chain
is
around
different
her
this time.
wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your... You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my... Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way. Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain... And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. We damned a whole world. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Sorry about what happened, yeah.
Version of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's because she's perfect.
Okay, maybe not.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no... I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always...
Yeah, let's rescue.
her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, don't you see how dainty her hands are? You'll be able to slip her out. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just... If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells... I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
Empiricist is a word I don't think I've heard before.
One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator? No, I can't let you do that. You what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that... You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
Her crown is different this time too.
Kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back. And luckily for Mr. Romance, who needs a weapon when we have the power?
What do we do now?
We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. I like to think that you do, actually.
Wait.
Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Yeah, what's this gonna do? How am I gonna die?
Walk up the stairs,
hand in hand. And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
Exactly, hero.
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair! We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know.
Okay, the Smitten's a little annoying, but I do kind of like him.
Are you listening to this? You don't have
I think
to
the
go
Skeptic
along
is still my
with the
favorite, though.
whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Think I got this?
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the...
No, we're not
enjoying
slaying
this,
her.
aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone.
Exactly, hero.
That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
We're gonna ignore them.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Romantic haze, love will set you free.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Wait, we have feathers? There are the arms again. Memory returns.
Where does she go? Is that a mirror? What? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It's okay, hero.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay, guys.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
The decay you've withered. I'm back in the long quiet.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Okay.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
How many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, I don't really resent you.
How strange of you to ask me then.
Yeah, give me a straight answer.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
Valid.
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
That's good.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
What happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
What will you want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me.
Okay.
I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Okay. Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
I brought her the skeptic, the contrarian, and the smitten. How many more vessels?
We will know when we near our destination.
Alright, send me back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
A gentle heart bring the damsel.
Don't mention it.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from... The door?
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
No, I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring in...
Here, drop it.
The blade tumbles out of you.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
So, relationship, huh?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other.
She's not wrong. How do I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then.
Don't just tell her that.
I threw me down here, but I don't want to hurt anybody. I like the world, I think.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Yeah, I was hoping you would tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be...
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have...
What is your name?
She hesitates before...
You can address me as your Royal Highness. Or her... Too long. Oh?
Let's wait.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice.
Alright, let's get you out of here.
Oh, for the love of...
Good. I'm glad...
You're making a... No. You're doing the right. You walk up to the chains, bind. They're large and heavy. Far too solid.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking...
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess...
Any other ideas?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost... If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant. You attempt to... Your shouts and pleas are... You're here to... You try the door, but it's locked.
Okay.
You make your way back. Against your better judgment, you place the blade. No, we won't. Stop.
I can't resist. I have to slay her.
Thank you. You swing your arm towards her throat, the blade, but she's ready for it. She grabs your arm, her grip like a stone vice. You drop the blade. She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker. There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now. Adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves.
Okay.
You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
She places a confident heel on your chest. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight fall. It can't just end. I'm sorry. Everything goes dark. And
The tower. Okay.
you're on a path. You're here to
Okay.
You have already committed to my completion.
Let's go to the cabin.
a warning. But she will lie. We might as well just
The
pledge
broken.
ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just rescue her. Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference, so please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus. If that's what you want, I guess I'd...
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive... The blade is... Why do we feel so... small? We don't feel small. That's because there isn't a mirror. There isn't. Who cared? For the last time, you're not...
Wait, what did it say? Because of this mirror, we're all gonna die anyways. I'm sure if I looked in there, I'd see something sad and miserable looking back at us. Don't need reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse. Okay.
Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find any... Probably. He knows. Please don't. I'd rather the princess kill us again. I care less about what we look like and more about whether we're being lied to. If I'm not lying...
Let's approach the mirror.
You walk up to... It's real. You reach... We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen. No blade this time. Blade. No blade. The door to the basement. It's still a stone basement. If the princess... Her booming voice...
Is that a guest I hear?
You weren't kidding when you said it was... But you shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants... Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything... It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions.
Okay, let's go down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble
Temple
the
like,
princess towers
oh,
over,
damn.
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
That one looks
The
dangerous.
chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
No.
But the words don't leave your mouth.
That's my good little bird. The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
I do not like this one.
It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It does. But why did she say the... She's right. And we've died here before. Pitifully. He's being melodramatic, but the point... Well, I'll be damned. Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those... The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
What happened after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Yeah, what would you have planned?
All you have to do is
If you're powerful, why can't you break the chains?
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's a... That's exactly why it's...
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was.
Okay.
The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo the song of you, being so struck by my glory. So, and from your act of utter devotion and submission, springs submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will...
I have no options. I have no options. Shice, I have no options.
Your will was so easily... All you need to do now is break my...
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not... No. You can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of... Is that a person? No. It used to be a person.
Oh, she sees them this
It's
time.
something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Okay. And what if I don't believe? What happens then?
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. It's easy. And once you let it, please don't do this. There's nothing to be sorry about. This is alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go.
Oh, damn it, the hero gave up.
Now
Shit!
Our agency back.
Shit, fuck, damn.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon
Hi,
her.
Saren. This is interesting. I was expecting I would like it based on the things people said. I wasn't expecting to like it this much. Like, I'm invested. I want to go late tonight, but I know I shouldn't. But this is really, really good.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Your obedient servant. Pledge your loyalty to your better. Poof she goes. Damn it, I was hoping I could kill her. You don't take your hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
And there's that mirror. But it feels so bad. Like I don't want to look at us.
I'll see you on the other side, boys.
Okay, a mercy.
Let's approach the mirror. What does devotion look like on us? The remains you've unraveled. Okay. We're back in the long quiet. Save. Oh, we're going to the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Please don't eat this
Do
one.
you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars, people. I think there's supposed to be people.
There's a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
No, they don't. What are your thoughts on this vessel? Oh, actually, no. Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist. This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will.
Fuck, I didn't want this one.
For an overwhelming heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
So what's gonna happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
You send me back there. I'm not alone. Their voices speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? Yes.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I find him. Yeah, let's get some answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
How many more vessels?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me.
Okay, one more.
I will be singular. A final multitude.
Yeah, what do you want this time?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
What if I stay here?
You have already chosen to walk along this path, and we both know you will see it to completion. But if you need more time,
But I can't wait forever. Alright, send me back.
the next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
And she sends me back. An overwhelming heart. Bring the tower to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay. We're gonna go, since there's one more heart to do, we're gonna go and bring that heart. So I'm gonna do the ad break now. It's gonna trigger in like 20 minutes, but I want to do it now because I don't want us getting interrupted. So we're gonna do a BRB, folks. I am actually jazzed about this. This is gonna be good. Okay, talk to you again in a couple minutes. All right, we are back in it, folks.
You make your...
Silently to the cabin. Enter the basement without the knife.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy... You're only making this...
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt... Your shout. You try to... You make your way to the bottom. Easier for who? Easier for...
Okay. We're gonna save her.
Fine.
She cuts off her arm.
No.
Locked door. Warn her.
Stop that.
I can't resist.
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now. A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity, but you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness. Dress stained in red as her blood and yours. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. Everything goes dark.
Okay. The witch. What did I get?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
What did I get? What did I get?
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I got it. The clever heart, the illusion of choice. A rich and vibrant heart. A romantic setting, or no. Wait, it's hearts. A clever heart, a rich and vibrant heart, a gentle heart, and an overwhelming heart.
You're here to slay her. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do every... Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
The opportunist.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots.
Okay.
The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Except for the mirror, which I've touched, I think, every time.
The blade is your... You walk up to the wall next... What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Yeah, we're taking the blade.
Take the blade from the shelf. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our... That's not...
Hey, basement time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
You hush.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Oh, you are 100% trying to kill me.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any... Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you need to stop lingering? Your task is to slay... Fine. You're the boss. Thank you.
So she's an animal this time.
Steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
Okay.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Yeah, narrator. That's weird, isn't it?
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
We
That's
have.
pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
The narrator always figures it out.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us?
It is not.
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more...
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Look, I know things got messy last time. I think there's something bigger at work. We should team up. Yes.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it.
Narrator ain't gonna like that.
Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Oh, you worry wart. Anyway, also I'm sorry about last time.
Smart. Let's apologize.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Sure. Alright, wow, there's a lot of options in this one. Blade isn't for you. In the sense you're not happy with me, I'm not saying that one. I died last time. I'll cut you out of here. Can't you get out of them on your own? The chains didn't stop you last time. Gesture of goodwill. Say I'm slaying her and then slay her. I'll give her the blade.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. Well, as do I. Abstain? You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Yeah, here, have the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Luckily for us, you're not her.
True.
Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Like somebody I know, you're probably gonna kill me. You're beautiful, sounds bad. Both scared and hurting. You know what? The first one told me to trust. We're gonna trust. And that's up to you. That's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it. So now it's your time to choose.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart. What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I think this is the first time I've died in a second run.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Do I repeat again? This is my first... The Thorn! Past life gambit. Hand your power to a suspicious character.
You're on a path in the woods.
She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us.
Voice of the cheated!
Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against.
Oh, we get more parts to give to her.
But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway.
No, it's fine, cheated. Don't worry.
I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us, though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things.
Yes, hero, you're making sense.
No, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
I'll have some fun, narrator. Why is the hero always present? That's an interesting question, Perry. I kind of view the narrator... Like, the narrator is the voice in our head telling us to kill her. So the hero's the one that doesn't want to. So it's that like, contrasting, like, devil and angel. The narrator is very much the villain, trying to push us forward. So maybe just for that contrast? Why him and not the others? Well, what's interesting is all of the others remember what happened, except the narrator. The narrator is the only one that's blank. All the side pieces remember too. Proceed to the cabin. Yeah, we're gonna free her.
Please don't. I'm with him. If our previous encounters have taught us anything, it's that let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to saving her, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Let's see what she has to say. Stop sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things... I've already picked a side. Our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, we wind up on top. Because that's worked out great. Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again, I'll have you know, I wouldn't have gotten us killed last time. I wanted to stab...
Here we go into the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
Wow, the forest and trees are different. The background has the thorns.
I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly...
Into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore.
No knife.
The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Flowers and
The only
thorns.
furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a
There's
pristine
no blade.
Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it...
Oh. Oh, she's gonna give us the knife and we're gonna get to pick. She's gonna mirror what we did back to her. That's my guess. That's my guess.
Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
She escaped. I assume there's like a cellar or something that we're not seeing that goes down, Perry. Because if she escaped, the world ends. So.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here...
How do we get there? I only see the mirror.
You're right, the mirror is back. But there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here. Seems like whatever we do, he's always going to say it isn't there. He's either a liar, or he doesn't hold all the cards. But I think we already knew it had to be one of those. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Mirror time.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement. It went away when we touched it last time. Not that this... You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement.
Okay, mirror.
You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is... Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits... You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to talk, really talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Down the stairs.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast
Jesus.
open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
No, very much not. If you'll let me, I'll free you.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together. Yeah.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
I'm sorry.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Yeah, what can I say?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own.
Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. It does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse.
We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
Yeah, let's go for it, hero. Can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon.
Her crown is different in this one, too.
You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. be damned. She really gave it to us.
I don't want to mess this up.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
Exactly, hero.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. We've all said our piece. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Cut her free.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart, even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart.
This is so fucking
You're not
good.
going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
He's opportunist.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Suck it, narrator.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Yeah, I did.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Exactly.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels
I'm loving this thorn
so
story.
good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance.
I like that this was the last one. Yeah, exactly. It's deeper, it's richer, it's a story of betrayal and trust, and it's a good damn story.
We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
I think certain choices you make determine like what happens, because it says like specifically like you can't choose the same path again. So like literally the first time I went down, I took the knife, and I didn't kill her, and when the story tried to force me to kill her, I chose to warn her and then resist. And the second time I went down, I didn't take the knife and did the same thing again. And the third time I went down, I could warn her, but I couldn't resist trying to stab her. So it is different paths. It is making you take other choices. But the first choice you make opens up the second. So, like, for example, of the don't kill her one, where she stabs us to death, and it's the damsel, I chose to leave with her, which ended the path. But if I chose to stay, she might have killed me, because the knife was in the room. So if she had stabbed me then, that might have opened another path, because it's me dying that resets things. Turning over a new leaf. Work through some issues and learn to trust again.
And step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
Fuck you, narrator. I'm loving the fact that I started with the idea of trust and I'm ending on a trust story. This is so good.
Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
She's gone. And there's that.
Don't worry, guys. It's gonna be okay.
But it feels so bad. Like, looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
But I did betray her in the end for the finale. Technically, my player doesn't, because I don't know what's going to happen until the mirror shows up and we walk up to it here. We don't know what's happening. I, the player, you could argue otherwise. I, the character, no, did not betray her. I never abandoned her to be alone. I never tried to kill her. Not by my own will, just by the limitations of choices.
It's going to do something to us. If they think it's bad,
I'll see you on the other side, guys. It's going to be okay.
Okay. So, this is all going to work out. Finally. We're going.
What's my reflection? They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, and you need to see what's in it. Nothing at all. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh, it's the narrator. Oh, fuck. It's the narrator. I was wondering if I would ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta go save her. Yeah, I'll ask that question.
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
What are you then?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, It would restart and shut both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Okay.
But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Yeah, anything to say for yourself?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Yeah, why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
Fair enough.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
You've made me, what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh, I'm the long quiet. Okay. Are you a god? Were you a god? What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
I'm running out of questions and I can't get them all. Are you a god or were you a god?
In life I was painfully mortal, a witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something. So I made you, and I made her, and I made this place to hold you both.
I don't want to be a god, I want to be me.
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
Death of the author, run out of questions. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. Say nothing and watch him die.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
The final fragment of glass shatters. You see yourself with newfound clarity. The long quiet, all of this is you. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. It's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Cautious heart, bring Thorn to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Damn it! I wanted to see Thorn. I wanted to talk about Thorn. Fuck.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
So what happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would lead to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
Okay.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Please don't.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust.
What is a vine? And some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul. Though the blots your vision strangles your heart.
When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both. But compassion is a thing that must be nurtured. And you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Okay. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation.
You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation.
She's the one I didn't want.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
You were consumed by your own ego.
And through your lack of one, you too were consumed. Yet together, we were able to create something beautiful. Your lever drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Oh my god, this ending is amazing. And that feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight with me now. Whenever you're ready, we can move together, hand in loving hand.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world. My massive mob. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end. And there is no end. Only the flood of bodies. Only the flood of bodies. Every possible
This is a boss fight. This is a boss fight.
But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
I saw every version of us across every reality, and not every reality had you drawing breath. Even then I went on, the world doesn't need you. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. What's her statement directly? To be everything at once at the same is the same as being nothing at all. Why would either of us want that? To contain everything is to contain every evil alongside every good. Can we not shed the confines of our old selves and create? I couldn't understand you then, but I think I understand you now. You seemed in pain. I'm sorry for what I did to you, but it was the only thing I could do.
Without the contrast of pain, pleasure is muted, made dull by the assurance that it will always be. A song that is only sweet is a pale horizon that never falls. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
The path is just a metaphor. I want to protect them.
And that is what I want too, to protect them from the horrors of an eternity without me.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Okay. It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
No, you can't. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
I'm running out of choices. Okay, I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I can't let that happen, slay the princess. I have to fight for a better world, slay the princess. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist, slay the princess. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Hell yeah, hero! Which hero are you?
I'm all of them. I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
It's good to hear you, buddy.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Let's go. We're going for it. We're going for it.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
No, that's good, man. It's just you and me. Did anybody else make it?
Us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
It's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Would you describe it for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
Oh! Oh, there's people outside the windows.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade. That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
God, it really gives you a chance to kill her over and over again. I don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
There's got to be a way out of here.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
That just keeps us here forever. I just want to be here with you.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
And I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
How do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
And does it help them?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
We're just gonna find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
How do we know it won't make it worse? What if I kill you in one of these?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
You have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually something's going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
This is actually choking me up a little bit. Blind trust. I believe in us.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
I've been thinking this ever since the last thing.
Oh, I love you too.
Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and you're here to slay her.
You're on a path in the woods, and the end of that path is a cabin. That's one of the endings. We loop forever. Fuck. Oh, this game fucks. Jesus. Spend forever meeting her and the pieces of her and falling in love with her and fighting with her and hurting each other and reminds me of the movie Robin Williams film What Dreams May Come, where guy dies and he's in heaven and he finds out his wife's in hell, so he goes looking for her soul and he finds her and he saves her, and at the end they're happy and they're like, well, what do we do now? And they're like, let's reincarnate. And it's like, well, why would we do that? It's like, because then we get the joy of finding each other again. Fuck. Like, I'm actually tearing up a bit at this. Our song. Finish the game. Good ending doesn't count. Oh, the good ending doesn't count. Thank you so much for playing. Especially if I graduate. Here's the track order for special playlists. If you would like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. For a special playlist just for you. The Princess Supplication. Yeah. Now that you've finished the full story for the first time, you've also unlocked the gallery. You can access from the main and in-game menus under the Memories tab. It's full of clues that will help you find undiscovered vessels and interactions. Happy hunting. Join the Discord, join our mailing list, join the subreddit, follow us somewhere else, make your playlists, play our other game, which they're working on, and return to the main menu. Where's the gallery? The hero and the princess, the spaces between, the end of everything. The tower. Doubt forces the hand of fealty. The witch, offering one hand while concealing another. The stranger, peek behind the curtains, likely far too soon. The prisoner, doubt breaks one's shackles while forcing another. The damsel, unquestioning commitment to the other. The thorn, redemption in the thicket of distrust. Okay. Meet your equal in combat. Slay her without a moment's hesitation. Lock your fears away. She isn't armed, is she? Fall to a feral captive. That was something in The Witch. That's the witch killing me. You need more space. A narrow cave is no place to fight, and it ain't no place to stay forever. Angels and demons are cut from the same cloth, and it's best not to deny a proud being. One might resist the divine, but it's very hard to kill a god. There's no shame in failing. Sometimes when you cut something out of you, a piece of you leaves with it. Kill your worst dreams or be killed by the ghosts of your past. Better to linger with your nightmares than to let them run wild. There are other ways to die to nature than to let it swallow you whole. Become one with the princess in very little sense. May involve but does not necessitate being eaten. When you've seen the worst sights the prison of the world can offer, you can always choose to walk away empty-handed. There are many reasons spirits linger, the flames of passion, the flood of words left unspoken. You don't need the world for your happy ending. The top row is chapter 2's, the bottom row is chapter 3's. Thank you for that. This is really interesting. It's you, you've grown, you've withered, you've unraveled. You're nothing at all, the narrator. Damn both of you to an incomplete existence. The cab in the woods. Jeez, look at all these endings. Path in the woods. Find the damsel. Find the tower. Find the witch. Find the prisoner. Find the stranger. Find the nightmare. The beast. The adversary. The specter. The razor. I thought you said she wasn't armed. Everything would be so easy if you just exactly do what I say quickly as you can. Always leave a means of easy egress. Get her to break her own chains. Interesting. This is a really fascinating game. Glad I played it. Like that ending fucked me up. That really fucked me up. What was the end is never the end is never the end. Ah. Demeter, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. But yeah, I don't know where to go from here emotionally, so I think I'm gonna tap out for the night and we're gonna raid into somebody. See who we got as options. Let's see. I know Iris is going to end soon. Overwatch, web fishing. Somebody doing a chatting stream. Art. Let's see. It's like some people have logged off early already. You know what? Let's rate this person. They're a nice person, if I can get the chance. They are... Let me see if the raid actually goes through. Yeah. We're going to be rating Hoshi Lapin. They are reading some spooky experiences and finding some spooky videos. So yeah. They're a nice little bunny. Everybody show them some kindness and good words and joy and nice things. Yes, yes. But where is that? But thank you all for joining me tonight. This has been one hell of an adventure. If you want to see more of me, here's a link to all of my socials and stuff. I also have a YouTube channel where I upload clips and VODs to things. And I have a Discord that we are slowly growing, but I am active in there usually a couple times a week, if not every day. So you can hop in there if you want to interact and engage more. I just did some updates to it. So I've got more official art in there that I've done. I've got model references, and my links are in there too. So, but thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever it is in your part of the world. You will next see me on Thursday on Vexing Cat's stream. And I will see you Friday for some more games. Talk to you later, everybody.